Hi everyone. I'm hiding out in the quietest corner of my house, so we can go over a bit of a rundown on the week really. First full week of July, the start of quarter 3 2020, which is again been a monumental year. It'll go down in history for so many things. But how's the week gone for us at TD? It's been incredible. First things first, to start. As I say, first full week of July, it feels like things are coming back to normal. A bit of normality is resumed. We're back in the office in Mayfair. We're back in the office in Dubai. So it's quite an exciting time to be in the team. It's quite an exciting time to be talking to clients again. And through the lockdown, we worked at as best capacity as we could, but nothing's better than being in the office and having our boardroom and having all the assets that we have to hand when we are hosting, etc., etc. So it's great to be back in the office on the phones. What else happened? The official end to our pre-launch of our Redditch development. So what usually happens when we launch a development, we offer it to our investors first, our VIP investors and existing investors first. And then the pre-launch finishes and then it goes out to absolutely everybody. So the pre-launch is now finished with Redditch, so it's out there in the market and it's been received extremely well. 98 apartments in Redditch Town Centre, Worcester, just south of Birmingham. So it's benefiting from the ripple effect of Birmingham's growth and demand for rental. And we've got a 10-year rental assurance on that product. So really well received. We're actually up on the site on Tuesday. So we went to the site of Redditch project, and then obviously just over the other side of Birmingham, we decided to visit our Wolverhampton site as well to get an idea of what's going on with the construction, the stage of progress since lockdown, and what's happened over the lockdown period. Because no matter what you say, lockdown did halt projects across the board, I would say. Not, to a varying degree, but we have 2 to 4 months in our Redditch site left, so we're quite full on there. And we're just at the complete strip out stage for Wolverhampton. So it was a really productive visit. We were able to see 2 projects in 2 different various phases of completion. And both of those are the ones with the 10-year rental assurance in them. So get in touch with your agent your representative here if you want to discuss those. Really exciting to then come back into the office on Wednesday and have the Chancellor of the Exchequer put in place lots of economic boosting strategies to get people out there again and get the economy gearing back up. One of those strategies was the stamp duty land tax holiday. So the stamp duty holiday for purchases between £0 and £500,000, which is phenomenal for our industry. It just means that so many more people are going to be back in the market. So many first-time buyers are going to be trying to get on the ladder, things like that. It's going to really shake things up and make a lot of savings. There was a bit of confusion whether that worked for investors as well, and I can tell you it does. There was also confusion whether it worked on exchanges and completions, so whether it was just based on exchange or just based on completions, or whether it was exchanges as well. I can confirm, as far as we understand, and we've spoken to many solicitors and taken the guidance direct from the government, that it is based purely on completions. So completions between the 8th of July, which was this week, all the way to the 31st of March, which is the end of the tax year, you'll have a payment holiday on your stamp duty land tax between £0 and £500,000 if you're a residential buyer. So that's no stamp duty if you're a residential buyer at all. But if you're an investor or it's a second home, you will still observe a 3% surcharge. So up to 500,000, you'd still be paying 3% if you're a buy-to-let buyer. But that's a good saving on the second half of that spectrum. So that was really exciting. The phones were off the hook there. Trying to get the right guidance and guidelines and advise people as well is always fun. And what else did we get done this week? We signed off on our brochures. All of our brochures and our assets are being translated into Mandarin. So you'll see the Thirlmere Deacon logo over in Hong Kong and China. I don't know if you guys are all aware, but there's a big push from the government to allow, I think Boris was saying, up to 3 million Hong Kong citizens over here in the UK. So there's a big visa push for those guys. So what we're doing is we're making ourselves as accessible as possible to that market, and we've got a load more coming for you next week. There's prospects for a very exciting development in major city, so we've got to keep that under our hats for a little while, but it is exciting. The Redditch development is flying at the moment, and so is the Wolverhampton project, so there's still availability in both of those. But look, speak to your consultant here at TD. There's so much going on at the moment. There's so much advice for investors who want to get into the market. We're working with under 30s quite heavily at the moment, so 30 and under club is really kicking off. We're looking forward to doing our first event post-lockdown, so you'll get full idea on that as soon as we know and as soon as we can confirm it. But other than that, I'm going to enjoy my quiet time in my corner of my house and sip a bit of tea. But looking forward to speaking to you guys next week and see what next week holds for us. Take care.